This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my breakdown to the first full trailer to Deadpool and Wolverine. I really am excited for this. I was only able to watch this when I was at break at work and was really excited for it. It didn't disappoint. But warning, if you haven't seen the trailer yet, there is a lot of strong language in it. I personally won't be using it, but I will be playing clips that frequently drop the F-bomb because this movie's going to be rated R, so just so you're warned, there's going to be strong language in this.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar.
Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave.
Hi, Peanut.
We begin this trailer with just an amazing scene where Wolverine is in a bar and they're refusing to serve him anymore, and then Deadpool shows up with that hilarious Hi Peanut line. Oh boy, that line is that's just incredible. I was dying laughing when I heard that for the third time. Maybe probably actually fourth time when I was listening to this, and it's just genuinely hilarious. Because I made sure to watch this one more time before, and then I had to look through it to get the footage, so yeah, this scene's still hilarious, even though I've watched it four times, and I basically laughed every time. The first one had to be contained because I was on break, but these last few, oh, that's such a funny scene. It was done so well, and it was just really, really funny. But yeah, let's move on to the next one.
I'm gonna need you to come with me right now.
Look, lady, I'm not interested.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick-tick, so upsy daisy.
Here we go. Oh, whiskey dick of the claws.
We then get a continuation of the scene, which is great, where Wolverine goes and tries to fight off Wade so he doesn't take him, and it seems he's having a problem getting his claws out, so I'm interested to see what they're doing with this. This is clearly a different Wolverine than the one from the X-Men films, and we're going to be looking at, well, it's probably going to be a different timeline. So that's a good thing that they're not going to be really messing with Logan, and it's basically confirmed through this, because Logan was an incredible film, and I'm really excited to see this.
It's quite common in Wolverines over 40.
You don't want this.
Unless you want to take a deep breath through your fucking forehead, I suggest you reconsider.
We then get such a fun scene where Deadpool pulls a gun on Wolverine, telling him to come with him, and Wolverine, knowing of his healing factor, just pulls up it closer to be shot in the head. Of course, Deadpool knows of it too, which is why he's pulling this threat, and he just wants to make things less complicated. But yeah, honestly, this is just such a fun scene, and these two are going to be playing off each other so well. If you've ever seen anything with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds online, they have a kind of Deadpool Wolverine relationship in terms of friendship where they're kind of messing with each other and act like they don't like each other, but it seems like they're actually really good friends. But yeah, honestly, this just looks so much fun, and the two look like they're going to be doing a great job playing off of each other. The next thing we get to see is probably it has to be the funniest thing of the trailer once you notice it, and it's the fact that this giant destroyed battleland is actually the 20th Century Fox area where all the movies open. It is just so funny to have that sign there and that they'll be battling in front of the remains of Fox. This is definitely an intentional joke, and I just can't wait to see it because this is just such a funny joke that they're messing with the fact that Fox is kind of gone now, and it's now owned by Disney and Marvel. So, yeah, honestly, I really can't wait to see this because they're definitely going to be pulling some jokes at both Disney and Fox's expense since they're already doing it here, and of course they have the Kevin Feige joke that will be closing off the trailer, which I'll talk about at the end.
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared about. No, my.
We then see that Deadpool's talking about how he's going to lose everything he cares about, and it seems that I'm guessing there's either a threat that is going to be ending his world, most likely the events that lead to Logan, or that the TVA is threatening to destroy his timeline for everything he did at the end of Deadpool 2, and with this he is trying to make a bargain to stop some other threat so he can remain with his reality, which this is probably going to end with him being forced to move to the MCU with most of his allies, and the Deadpool cast will be there, but the rest of the Fox X-Men universe will probably be destroyed. But we'll see how this goes because I feel that we're not going to be returning to this universe again after this film, and that some of the people will make it to the MCU, but it will probably be destroyed by the end of this. But we'll see. Maybe it should be that variant timeline where Deadpool creates all these timeline changes, and the original one led to like Days of Future Past, or the Logan timeline will remain intact. But we'll see.
Fucking problem.
Is that what you said when your world went to shit?
Come again.
This Wolverine let down his entire world.
We then get it confirmed that the Wolverine we're seeing here has made a really big mistake and failed his entire world. We don't really know what that means. In fact, a joke that is coming up soon is about that, but I'm guessing that there was some kind of apocalyptic event that he failed to prevent. It didn't wipe out all of humanity since there's still that stuff at the bar, but it could have wiped out maybe a good amount of the mutants and a lot of people, and everyone hates Wolverine for failing to stop it since he'd be the last living X-Men. But yeah, honestly, I think that this is going to be pretty interesting, and Wolverine's probably not going to be like an old man Luke, but he's going to be, or more accurately, a Jake Skywalker. I feel he's just going to be more of a kind of foil to Deadpool, where Deadpool's going to be like really funny, and he's just going to be like really grumpy, and that's how he typically is. But I feel like this is going to be a really fun way to have the two together, and I don't think we're going on a Jake Skywalker route with him. But I still think it's going to be interesting to see how they do Wolverine in this.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
We then get a really cool set of scenes where they're fighting each other and doing some pretty cheap shots. But then we get to the ultimate end of the episode of this, where we get the joke I just mentioned, where Deadpool's asking for his backstory, and we'll have to wait for the third act to do it, and then Wolverine just tells him, yeah, it's not happening. Except there's a lot more in a rude way, but as I said, I'm not going to be doing the swearing, but I'll keep the scenes in where they do have the swearing. So yeah, honestly, it's really fun. It's very clear this is rated R with just how much language is in the trailer. And there's more F-bombs in this than, well, really the entirety of the MCU so far, with the exception of the Netflix shows, because there's only one for it, but there's like 8 in this trailer alone, which honestly I was really excited to see this full rated R MCU movie, and it looks like it's gonna be just crazy, ridiculous fun.
Life is a mystery.
I don't know anything about saving worlds, but you.
We then get Deadpool begging for Wolverine's help, saying that he doesn't know how to save the world, and that's really true. Is what he's done is he's done more personal quests where in the first one he goes to save Vanessa and get revenge against Francis, and in the second one he's just trying to help Russell and prevent him from becoming a monster. None of them are true like world-saving acts. Although Russell's a little closer since he does go and cause a lot of destruction. when he grows up and becomes a villain, but still, it's not as big, but honestly, I think this is really nice, and even though he is just, has his joking problems with Wolverine, like him stealing the R rating and dying in Deadpool 2, referring to everything that happened in Logan, I think he still really does respect him and really would want to work alongside of him, and it's just more of like a joking jealousy for the character. I think that's how it typically is. But so it's gonna be really just fun to see the two of these together. And obviously, the reason Wolverine's here is because Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds just want to team up and do this movie. It's not for any marketing thing because Deadpool's a big enough name to sell a movie on his own. Only reason Wolverine's here is because these two want to just have a great fun time together, and they just saw the opportunity to do that with this movie. So let's just keep moving on.
Do.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
We then have scenes where Wolverine's saying he's not really a hero, but Deadpool's reassuring him that he is, and he's the X-Man, referring to basically everything besides like the last 2 or 3 X-Men films were fully focused around Wolverine and him being a main character in it. But yeah, honestly, that was pretty fun. Now let's move on to the next part of the trailer.
I am soaking wet right now.
We then get a few more different scenes throughout this. There's a few smaller ones, but we get a potential look at who might be the villain. I'll talk about her more when we get a better shot, but there's also this really cool fighting scene, and honestly, I really just can't wait to see this. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I really just can't wait to see it. Also, I'm not fully sure how he's going to be going with the TVA because I just saw this and the teaser. Deadpool went and was both fighting and seeming to work with the TVA, so we don't know if this is at 2 different points in time, or if there's like a rogue faction of the TVA that he has to fight against. But we'll see.
Boys are so silly.
We're gonna get a few more different battle scenes, and then this look of, I'm not really sure who this is. It isn't really super clear. This could be a version of the Ancient One, since we do see the Doctor Strange portals later on, and she looks similar enough, but is clearly a different actress. But who knows? It might be someone else. Could be an ally, could be an enemy, but we'll see when the movie comes out because there's nothing really clear about this character. I even looked at the trailer with subtitles on, and no name popped up for her, so we really don't know who she is.
This is what I'm talking about.
We didn't get to see this person's ship. At least I'm assuming it's her ship because I mean, it looks like she was coming off the ramp from it in a different shot, and for some reason it looks like Ant-Man's head at the front. So I'm interested to see why that is. But yeah, honestly, this is looking like it's gonna be pretty fun, and maybe they're in the void or whatever is like the end of time from Loki. But I'm still interested to see because honestly, this looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun. And let's move on to the rest of the trailer.
Big slow motion action sequence.
And I get to see that Deadpool's gonna have a dog in this. Probably be like Dogpool or something. I know Dogpool's from the comics. We also get to see this weird like Mad Max style vehicle, which is being pulled by motorcycles. So who really knows what's up with that? But it looks fun.
Who knows if you live or die?
We then get to see a few more action sequences and see that whoever this is has either magnetic or telekinetic powers like Magneto, or anyone that has like telekinesis, but who knows which one it is because it could be either, but it could be interesting either way. Maybe it's a character like I can't think of the character's name, but it's a combination of Professor X and Magneto. But that could be cool, but who only knows who the villain is going to be and if it will be her or someone else.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
We then get what seems to be the alias slogan for this, which is what the LFG stands for at the end. And then we get to see them jumping through the Doctor Strange, magic portal from a sling ring, and I was interested to see, if that is from that one person who maybe just using magic, or if they team up with like Doctor Strange, Wong, or someone else, because I feel like there'll probably be a few MCU cameos in this, and we'll get some other people from, other stuff, because there's already rumors of that. But yeah, honestly, this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I really just can't wait to see it, and I'm going on to some of the last clips, but I am skipping over the title sequence since it's literally just showing the title and is just putting in an extra song, which risks it being attacked for a copyright and stuff, so it's not really worth the risk just to add the title reveal since we already know what that is. So let's go to the last part.
Want to do some cocaine?
Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits.
We then get this fun joke where Deadpool's talking about how cocaine is the one thing that Kevin Feige said is off limits, and hopefully this means they're retconning the extremely stupid decision to include Kevin the robot from She-Hulk. I so hope so, because Deadpool's fourth wall breaking is just really fun because he's, messing with the audience a little bit. Really, the winking out at the camera that he knows it's a movie, but it doesn't really break the immersion of it. It just wasn't as bad as that awful thing where they had She-Hulk's finale being completely awful and being like, oh no, it's actually bad because it's on purpose and we're gonna have She-Hulk fix it, but it just didn't make it better, it just made it worse. Because they could have had like something that was actually good, and then they made it so awful. As I said when I talked about She-Hulk's finale, that was one of the worst things I've ever seen from comic-related stuff. Of course, there was one up earlier this year with Madam Web, because that was even worse, but still, that was really bad, and I do hope they have retconned Kevin. And I'm just returning it to being, just jokes about it, and although the thing where they do go to the studio could work, the only time I've really seen it work is in the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, where he goes and kills the writer's room. And yeah, honestly, that was kind of fun, but honestly, I think this is just a really fun trailer. One last scene I have in here. Just broke the scene up just a little bit, just to hopefully avoid, it getting taken down for certain things in the future, because even if I don't get it monetized, I don't want it to be blacked in certain countries.
What about Bolivian marching powder?
They know all the slang terms. They have a list.
Even snowboarding?
Even disco dust.
White girl interrupted?
Even forest bump.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Yes! I can't.
We then get this final great joke about all the different names for cocaine and how Disney and Kevin Feige know all of them and won't let them do it. And Deadpool's like, I want to do it, but they won't let me. Honestly, this is just so much fun, and I really just can't wait to see it. The Deadpool films have always been great, and I really can't wait to see what they do with this one. But honestly, I want to know what you think. Please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.